Hey guys, it's 8 o'clock, live on Saturday night with the Sassy Keto Nurse. I'm going to hang out here for a minute and wait on you guys to get online. You can see I've got my laptop here in front of me. We're going to discuss a few things tonight. I'm hoping to answer a bunch of questions. I hope a bunch of people get on. So here I am waiting. Where y'all at? There's somebody. I don't know who though. It didn't tell me who. There's somebody else. Oh boy. Hey Leah. Hey girl, I ain't seen you in a while. Saw your mama today. So does anybody have questions about things that they've learned this week or things that they've seen this week? Hey Lisa. That's going to be a lot of our discussion tonight. I want us to, hey Candace, good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. There's been a lot of information that I've put out this week, and I did preemptively release the YouTube page last night because I didn't even finish uploading videos and I had subscribers popping up. So I went ahead and released it so that the group would be able to get in there and view those videos and get some information. A lot of the stuff that I have on there right now is stuff that we have discussed in prior lives, but I want to be sure that I've answered any questions that y'all have regarding any of the things that we've talked about up to now. I've had some messages sent to me this week, and I've made some notes and done a little bit of background and research on those things, and I'm going to be covering those tonight. I'm hoping that the people that ask those questions are going to be on here, and we'll see where we're at in just a few minutes. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hi Stephanie, nice to see you. Well, not see you, but to see your name anyway. I was just telling, hey Jody, hey girl. I was just telling everybody that the stuff that we've covered on other lives and things that are in the videos that I put up on YouTube that got released this morning, 12:01 this morning was when I got my first subscriber, and so I went ahead and posted the link to the group page, and I wanted to make sure that if anybody had any questions about any of that stuff, that we went ahead and covered it tonight. And then other things that I'm going to cover are things that we've talked about this week on the page and messages that I've received from group members. The first one that I'm going to hit since you're on here, Lisa, is electrolytes. Okay. Lisa was asking me earlier this week about heartburn. Now, y'all, I get heartburn really bad too, and I used to take medication for it. I have been able to get off that medication, and I handle it now with my diet. I do eat a great deal of fat now, but I did tell Lisa earlier in the week, and I've told others, sometimes taking on that huge load of fat and switching from carbs straight to fat will cause you to get some pretty serious heartburn because your liver and your gallbladder have been accustomed to processing carbohydrates and sugar and glucose, and it may take them a little bit, a week or so, to get accustomed to processing fat. And so what I advise, the best thing I have found, and it's not a big amount, it's just a tiny amount really, is just a pinch of salt. Pinch, and it doesn't have to be pink Himalayan salt. I use it because that's the only thing I use anymore, but just a little pinch of salt under your tongue, it alleviates heartburn. I was really surprised, but it does work. Also upping your fluid intake, because on keto you will flush a lot of water. We do not retain our water like we did before, and so just a little pinch of salt. Now, as far as electrolytes go, I posted a picture earlier this week. Hey, Brianna. I was just on with Brianna talking to her on FaceTime, and she's going to pop in. She's just going to listen tonight because she's in the middle of doing something, but I wanted her to at least hear the information we were sharing. The thing is, I posted a picture earlier this week, and it was one of the best ones that I have seen that outlines the electrolytes and what is needed. That picture said essential electrolytes in ketosis. Now, under salt, it's pretty broad. Just 2 teaspoons. It says pink Himalayan, or it says Himalayan sea table or kosher. And so on here it does say kosher salt, but I have found, and I've found in other groups and reading other people's posts, that kosher salt really doesn't keep your sodium intake up as well. It doesn't keep your levels high enough, and people were still having a lot of trouble with headaches and lightheadedness and those electrolyte imbalances. So from the research that I've read, and I am reading a book right now that is centered on keto, and in it says quite clearly that it's best to get your salt from the Dead Seas. Now that can be the gray sea salt, the black sea salt, Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt, but you want it from a dead sea, because what the deal is there is they actually have to mine. Valerie was trying to call me on Messenger. I'm not sure how that happened. Sorry, y'all. But you want to use from a dead sea, because they have to mine that from under where the sea used to be, and it doesn't have the pollutants that these other salts do. Now, as far as regular table salt goes, most people use regular table salt because of the iodine content, and the truth is that there's not that much iodine content in iodized salt. Our bodies do not absorb it. It's there in the physical form, but our bodies does not absorb that amount of iodine like people think they do. We only absorb about 30% of what we take in. So that's the reason that they recommend highly that you use the Dead Sea salt. The other thing is potassium and magnesium. Those two you don't want to do supplements for. You want to get those. I'm not sure why. Valerie, if you're trying to get on the live, all you've got to do is just click on. You don't have to come through Messenger. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you. Or to see your name anyway. Welcome to the live with the Sassy Keto Nurse. That would be me. With magnesium and potassium, you want to get those from food sources. And so the best food sources, and that's the reason that I went ahead and posted this picture this week, you're going to see some stuff on there that's the same. Spinach, the Swiss chard. And with Swiss chard, y'all, there's a picture on there, but it's that red and green leafy stuff that you see over in the lettuce and all that. Swiss chard is awesome stuff. Kale. Kale is not in this picture that I posted, but kale is an awesome source of magnesium and potassium as well. And then avocados. Now, I will be very honest and tell you that I'm not a huge just avocado fan. I love guacamole. I love to take avocado and mash it up with some sour cream and add some seasoning in there and eat that. But I'm not one, you see a lot of pictures on these other sites and in the diets and on the recipes and stuff of just sliced avocado. And I just have not gotten the taste of that yet, but I know a lot of people that absolutely love it. And avocado is an excellent source of your potassium and magnesium. As far as potassium goes, one medium avocado has over 1/3 of your potassium that you need for the day. And so, I mean, that's huge. And so you have one avocado and then you have a big salad with leafy greens. You're good. You're golden for the day. When you're reading your ingredients for stuff that you're buying, pay attention to how much potassium and magnesium they have. Take note of that. Just try to keep it up. My advice, I do not track my potassium and magnesium per grams. I really just try to make sure that I eat plenty of leafy greens during the week. I eat red meat probably twice, 3 times a week. And then I make sure I get my salt every day, like I've told y'all before in lives. And I will be doing a Dollar Tree finds video for the YouTube channel. And those little, I showed them to you in the very first live. What they are is the disposable condiment cups. And you can get those at Walmart. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. And I put 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt in those every morning. And in fact, on Sundays, I set up 6 of them. And I have them sitting on top of my coffee station. And I use those. And I just make sure that by the end of the day, I have used up all of that salt. Because the salt, the sodium, that's the biggest one. That's the one where you're going to have the most problems. If you don't get enough sodium intake and your body doesn't absorb enough sodium, then you're going to have those heart palpitations and get lightheaded, have headaches, unexplained headaches that are just aggravating. Another thing from that picture was the water. And it stayed down there 64 to 100 ounces of water a day. Now for me, the way I work it is I try to intake half my weight in ounces a day. Now I do count my coffee and then all the water that I drink during the day and my Powerade Zero. So in fact, I haven't been drinking Powerade Zero the last little while since I started drinking Life Water. I'm telling y'all, Life Water, free advertisement for Life Water right here. This stuff is the bomb. It is 2 for $3 at Walgreens. So you're paying about the same thing. And this is a 23 ounce. I also buy the big ones. The big ones are 33.8 ounces. And they have these nifty little lids on them. The smaller ones do. They just pop right open. Super easy to drink. I keep those lids when I get rid of my bottles because I put them on other things to make it easy. I have them on my condiment containers so that I can, when I make sauce and stuff, because I make my own sauce, I don't buy. I made some keto-friendly ketchup this week. I wasn't really a fan, but it's only because I'm so used to sugared ketchup. And I promise you, if you continue trying something, your taste buds will adjust. It has been proven that adults' taste buds can adjust. So now that a few more people are on, are there any questions that y'all have about posts that we had this week? Or any of the videos that I have put up on YouTube? Or any of the information that I have posted this week regarding keto? Before we go to the next subject that I've got. Anybody? Alright then, we're just going to move right along. My next thing I want to talk about is finding your why. Now, I do have a video of this on my YouTube, but it's a very important thing. I'm a single mom. I've told y'all that before, and I'm a nurse. And my entire life has been about other people. It's been about taking care of my kids, about taking care of those in need in the hospitals and the nursing homes, and now in home pediatric care that I do. And I've never taken care of myself. Through this keto journey, I have found an empowerment that has just set things apart. I have made this about me, not about my kids, not about my family, not about my parents or my grandkids, or I don't have a boyfriend, but about a boyfriend or a husband or anything like that. I made this about me. Once you make that decision, once you find that reason why you want to do this, you need to post that everywhere. Write it down in your little notebook that you keep track of your measurements and your weights and everything in. Post it on your refrigerator so you see it every single time you go to the refrigerator. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Post it on social media. Let people know that you're putting yourself first. Let people know that you've taken back control of your life and your health. This is going to give you some self-affirmation. It's going to help you. Hey, Jessie, how are you doing, hon? It's going to give you a reason every day to keep going and to push through some of those days that aren't so easy, because there are some. Y'all, there's days when you're not going to find this to be an easy way of life at all. There's going to be days that all you want is that big old bowl of spaghetti or a pizza, a real pizza. And the thing is that you have to put yourself first, make this about you. And the next thing I want to say about that, and Jessie and I were talking about this the other day, and she made the comment that I should bring it up in the group, is that you cannot feel guilty every time you cheat. That does not mean that you are blowing your keto journey. Okay, I had somebody else ask earlier this week, what happens, how bad is it if you miss, you mess up a couple of meals in a row? You know what? It depends on what you ate and how far it kicked you out of ketosis, if it did at all. It may not have kicked you out at all. The thing is that you cannot beat yourself up over it. Some groups that you go into are pure keto groups. I will be very honest, this is not a pure keto group. This group is about support and encouragement and teaching how to correctly do the keto way of eating. But I am not going to judge or look down upon anyone that falls off the wagon, because Lord knows we all do. And I don't want you beating yourself up about it either. The best thing you can do, I understand, Lisa, I am too. I'm my own worst enemy, and up till now I have been terrible. In fact, me and Brianna just had this conversation a few minutes ago, and she was like, Mama, because I was asking her, how does the YouTube channel look? Do the videos look okay? Do I look stupid? Do I sound ignorant? Well, the truth is I'm just being myself. So if I sound ignorant, I guess I am. And I hope that I don't. I hope that I'm helping people, and that's what I'm here for. But when you fall off the wagon, me and Jessie had a terrible month in February. Terrible. Both of us fell off the wagon. I had a terrible few weeks where I was eating keto, but I was cheating, and I wasn't doing my meal prep, and I was just letting things slide. I was drinking 2 or 3 Dr. Peppers a day. Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Pepper, y'all, not regular Dr. Pepper. Now, I have not had a regular soda. Listen to me say soda. My sister would be so impressed. She says pop. A regular Coke since I started in July. But now I did have I had 2 Diet Dr. Peppers at work one day, and I thought, what am I doing? I haven't done this forever. Why am I drinking 2 of these? And so I just kind of said, okay, Melissa, I messed up that day. That does not ruin the whole day. That does not ruin your entire journey. It doesn't mean that you're going to wake up the next morning and have gained back all the weight that you've lost or lost all the health that you've gained. Because the thing is that this way of eating, it isn't just about weight loss. It is more about the health benefits that you receive. Lisa, you and I had talked about your health right now, and being HIPAA, I'm not about to tell everybody, but the thing is that everything about keto will absolutely help you. Brianna was saying that she's fell off. She started right after Christmas, and her and David were on keto hard. I mean, they really got into it there for about a month, and David lost almost 30 pounds. Bree lost like 20 pounds. And then it just gets easy to say, oh, well, it's easier to go fast food, or it's easier to cook this, and that happens. Don't beat yourself up. Reach out to either one of your accountability partners. Reach out to the group, y'all. Reach out to the group. That's what we're here for. We're here to hold each other up and to hold each other's hands through the tough times, because there's going to be tough times, and to celebrate with each other during the great times. I posted this week, I'm so excited. I hit 60 pounds lost this past week. I'm so excited I can't stand it. In 1 week, I had crazy things happen. This group has blown up. Thank you to everybody that is adding your friends and adding people that you think can benefit from our group. We are up to, as of today, 80 members. I started this group. This is live session number 4. So it's been it's been 3.5 weeks that I started this group. And I started this group with 12 members. And as of today, we have 80 members. We have quadrupled in size, y'all. Yay! I'm so excited. And the YouTube channel's launched now, and we'll see how things go there. You know, I'm not going to obsess about subscribers because I was doing that all morning and all afternoon today, because when that one popped up when I hadn't even released the link or anything, I was so excited. I thought, oh boy, this is going to blow up. And of course, it's day 1. I had 4 subscribers. Well, I had 5 subscribers at one point. I lost one today. Somebody unsubscribed. Boo. But that's okay. Well, thank you, Brianna, and I appreciate that. Y'all, she lives right next to Fort Bragg. So, don't be thinking she's in a war zone right now. They're having training and such, and her husband's at training tonight, and the artillery fires shaking the windows. But and what's crazy is she lives like 10 miles off base, but where they train is just right over to the next road, like in the area, and they don't have beautiful trees and mountains like we do. They're pretty flat over there at Fort Bragg, so it reverberates. We're going to move on to our next subject, but don't feel guilty, all right? Your Sassy Keto Nurse is always here for you. You can always drop me a line. I may not be able to respond at that very second, but I promise you I'll get back to you. And if not at that very moment, if you don't feel like talking to me, send me an email, y'all. The email is on the group site. It is ketonurse86400@yahoo.com. It's on the group site. It's very easy to find, and I'll be happy to get back with you. Well, good for you, Bree. I wish that I could say I do the same. I'll be real honest, I don't work out much. I really don't. But that is something that I'm going to cover tonight. Exercise and weight loss. The thing with keto is, I have done keto now since July the 21st. So we're looking at September, October, November, December. So I'm at 8 months in the next, I'm at 7.5 months. And I have exercised maybe 3 times, to be honest with you. And I've lost 60 pounds because my body is shedding that weight. Now, exercise is wonderful, and I want everybody to exercise. And as a nurse, I am a big advocate of you need to exercise for your cardiac health, if nothing more. But in this keto journey, a great thing about exercise, y'all, is the skin. Okay? You want to build those muscles. And I'm not talking about you need to go to the gym and lift these huge weights and stuff, but you do want to get toned up, and you want to let those muscles develop, and that's, you need that protein intake for that. But those muscles, the more muscle you build, the higher your BMR will go, okay? And the higher your BMR is, then the higher your metabolism is, because that's your basal metabolic rate. That is how fast your cells metabolize what they bring in, and how fast they put out that energy called ATP. Hi, Debbie. Welcome to tonight's live. If you have any questions about this week's post or anything that you've seen on the group page, any of the pictures or anything like that, or if you've jumped over and watched any of my YouTube videos, then be bleh, y'all. If I had bloopers, feel free to pop any of your questions up here, and I will try my best to answer them as we go. That exercise will help to raise that metabolic rate. It will help to make that ATP. And now that you are using fat as fuel, then the ATP is made faster, it gets into your body faster, and you get that energy, and you get that feeling that everybody's been asking me lately, how do you know you're in ketosis? For me, I do not use keto strips. I did for a little while, and I found that they were pretty much useless. In fact, I gave the ones I had to Brianna and David, because once you are fat adapted, then your body is using the ketones that it makes, and so that's not going to be coming out in your urine, and so it's very deceptive. Now, I would love to get a Keto Mojo, which is just like a blood glucose meter, So I am thinking that that is going to be one of my next investments, is to get a glucose meter and a Keto Mojo. The Keto Mojo actually does both, but I have to save up some money for that one. And I would like to do it just to be able to see, just out of curiosity, because for me, I know when I'm deep in ketosis from the way that I feel, from the way my body feels. Keto Mojo. Yes, you can find them on Amazon. The Keto Mojo on Amazon is $59.99. The glucose strips for the Keto Mojo are $17.99 for 50, and it comes with 10 of the keto strips, but you can order 50 of them, I think. But it's like it's pretty expensive too. I think the 50 strips is like $59.99. But I don't want to do it like every day. Some people do every single day. Brianna, I'm not sure who you're responding to, hon. I think you're meaning to be over on Facebook and you're on the live. Let me see. I thought that I had it on here. Let me look it up real quick. There it is. Okay, yeah, the Keto Mojo is $59.99. It is available on Prime. And then you can order the blood testing strips. It comes with 10 ketone strips, 10 lancets, a lancet device, and the blood meter. And then you can order the blood ketone test strips. You can get 50 of them for $49.99, and then you can get 50 of the blood glucose strips for $17.99 for it. And I would like to do that just because there's some days that I'm a little wary, and I wonder, am I in ketosis? Is this working? That's okay, Bree. It's perfectly fine. But so that's that. Measuring that. What has been found, back to the exercise and weight loss, what has been found to be medically proven is that people lose the most weight when they ingest between 20 and 30 net carbs a day. And that's what we aim for. We aim for less than 20, but we're aiming for less than 20 net. So somewhere in that range is where you want to stay. You're going to find, and I've said this in, hey Valerie, I have said this in every live, but I want to reiterate it. I want everybody to hear this clearly. The keto journey is incredibly individualized. It is all about you. What works for you may not work at all for somebody else. What works for somebody else may not work at all for you. Me and Jessie have two completely different journeys, really, the way that we do ours. She uses regular carbs. She don't do net carbs. She just does straight carbs. And she sits up around, she tries to stay under 50, I think. Jessie, if you're still on here, could you verify that? I think that was your goal, right, was to stay under 50. For me, I do net carbs and I stay under 20. And in fact, since I become fat adapted, my net carbs usually stay in the 12 to 15 range. But that's for me. Other people cannot drop that low in their carbs, or they don't lose weight. They start stalling. For me, I can eat a little more protein than Jessie can. But Jessie is very adamant with her calorie counting, and I am not. In fact, my BMR and my TDEE are so much higher than hers. I can ingest, I can take in close to 2,000 calories a day and still lose weight. If she were to do that, then she would probably start gaining weight. And so it's different for every single body, and every single body, y'all, everybody is different. You are going to adjust different. It's going to take one person 4 days to get into ketosis, and they're not going to get keto flu at all. And then the next person, it may take them 2 weeks before they get fat adapted, and they may go through 3 or 4 days of keto flu. My big advice on that is to watch those electrolytes. Make sure you're getting the electrolytes in, because that's what will help with the keto flu. Valerie, I don't know what was happening a while ago with you. It kept saying that you was trying to call me on Messenger. I figured you were trying to get on here, but I didn't have any way to let you know because I'm on my phone. All right. This is going to bring us to this next part. Stalling. Y'all, everybody's going to hit a stall. Me and Jess both just went through stalls. Jessie is almost at her goal weight. So for her right now, she's having to make adjustments to keep from losing more weight, because she wants to stay where she's at, but not gain weight. And so that's going to be another one of those times when she has to adjust and figure things out for herself. Now me, I was stalling. I stayed stalled for almost 5 weeks. And I told y'all, I had a bunch of cheat days, and I realized that a lot of my stall was just that I wasn't paying attention anymore. I had got comfortable, and I was just pretty much eating whatever I wanted, and I got out of hand. Okay? But what will cause a stall? Dairy. Now, some people just cannot tolerate dairy. Dairy, when I talk about dairy, I'm talking about heavy whipping cream, half and half. Not a lot of the cheeses that are whole milk, or the whole milk, or the full fat yogurts and that kind of thing, those are dairy. Sour cream, cottage cheese, all of those things. So if you find yourself stalling, you can always adjust your dairy intake. Another one is nuts. Most nuts are keto friendly. You just want to be careful to get the lower carb nuts, not the high carb nuts. And so for me, I was eating a lot of almonds in that period of time, because almonds are cheap. You can get them at the grocery store, gas station, anywhere. So if you're running late, then you can just grab them and go. And I was eating a lot of almonds, and I dropped the almonds and I quit eating those and started eating macadamias, which are very expensive. I will not lie, they are very expensive. But just that small change, I started losing weight again. My other big thing that was causing me to stall is I was eating way too much protein at one point. Protein can cause you to actually get kicked right out of ketosis if you take in too much protein, because protein has acids in it that turn to glucose if your body no longer needs it. Your body can store fat, your body can store sugar, but your body cannot store protein. It takes protein and it turns it into something different. And when it does, then your body can store that, but it stores it as fat. So with your protein intake, that's the reason it's so important. Make sure that you go to my live. Let me see. I had sent somebody a message earlier this week. I had posted on here about I did a live. Who asked me that question? Lisa, was it you that asked me about how to figure up the macros? Because there has been several questions this week, and I know that somebody sent me a question. They may have sent it to me in a message, though. But I know that in my live, I wrote it down, and I don't have it right here next to me. I will post it as soon as I get off here so that it's posted where everybody can see it. It was the second live that I did, and it covered how to figure up your TDEE and your macros for your body, for your height, your weight, your age. And I had posted the times so that you could just pop into that live and just watch it for that it's about 10 minutes long, but I get out the wipe-off board and I demonstrate using my numbers how to figure those macros, and that's when you figure out that protein. If you don't remember and you don't feel like jumping over there, real quick, protein macros for everybody, for females, 45.5 grams for 5 foot tall. Anything over 5 foot tall, for every inch you multiply by 2.3. So if you were 5'1", then it would be 45.5 plus 2.3. Okay? And that would be how many grams of protein that you would do for your height. Now, the others are figured on weight, and those are on there too, so that you can figure out your fat grams, your carbs, your protein, everything will be figured out right there, so that your calories are on point in the whole 9 yards. Now, I'm not going to promise you that it's going to be the right combination the first time you do it. Okay, that first time, you're going to be close, and that's going to get you in the ballpark. But then you're going to need to wiggle that stuff around a little bit. You know, if you feel like you're just eating way too much protein, if you feel like maybe that's what's keeping you from losing weight, if you're not losing weight there in the beginning, drop your protein down a little bit, raise your fat. Okay, those are the two that you're going to move. Okay, protein and fat. Your carbs you always want to keep the same. And back to stalling. Other things that can cause you to stall that we've talked about before is artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners, y'all, I've got a whole list of them on the site, on the group site. And the thing is that the only ones that really work for us is erythritol, stevia, monk fruit, which monk fruit, I have not been able to find monk fruit. I would like to try it, but the truth is that when I found the Pure at Walmart, Pure has both the granulated, which is just like regular sugar, and they have the little liquid in the little bottles that you can just throw in your purse. And with the granulated, you can take it and throw it into a coffee grinder and make powdered Pure. And so you've got all three different kinds of sweetener, and the Pure for me tastes more like sugar without that aftertaste. Stevia, I am not a fan of stevia. It leaves this weird aftertaste in my mouth. A lot of people refer to it as a cooling effect on some of the other sites and in some of the books I've read. But for me, it's a weird taste that I get with stevia. Jessica absolutely loves the Truvia, I think it is, at Walmart. It's the Walmart brand that she gets, and it's a great big old bag. I think it's like $6 for the great big bag. And to be honest, you don't use much of it. I personally have had the same bag of Pure for the past 3 months because I just don't use sweeteners much anymore. I do not crave sweets. I am going to try some ice cream tonight. I borrowed my mom's ice cream maker, and I found a recipe online for peach ice cream, and it's not got real peaches in it. It's got the it's tea. It's the peach tea. You brew it, and you put some sweetener in there, and you mix it with, I think it's heavy whipping cream and some other stuff, and put it in an ice cream maker, and it's supposed to make peach ice cream. So I am going to try that tonight. But the thing about artificial sweeteners and anything sweet is you have to be super careful, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, I do not recommend using a lot of sweet treats and fat bombs that are sweet and that kind of thing, just because part of keto is getting away from that sugar addiction, from that sweet tooth, because having a sweet tooth is what got you here. So I am now 7.5 months in, and I am going to try this. Well, this ice cream maker that my mom loaned me only makes 1.5 quarts, so it's little bitty. It's a Cuisinart, and it makes a very small, and I've found that a lot of the keto recipes are made to make small portions. And I have 2 teenagers, so at home. Now, I've got 2 grown young women, and love y'all both, but they're not here to help eat it. But I can promise you that 18-year-old boy sitting in there on my couch right now, between him and the 17-year-old young lady, well, she'll be 17 in 4 weeks. Y'all, my heart. They ain't gonna be no leftovers. No, I made one of the first sweet treats I made in the last little while. I made some keto fudge about a month ago. Y'all, excuse me. I am just like, it's been one of those days. Y'all have those days? I had to work at the jail tonight. I've got tonight and tomorrow, and then I'm done at the jail. But I'm ready for this day to be over. I made keto fudge. Now, I will tell y'all, that keto fudge was delicious. And I have to be careful with that stuff because I could sit and eat every bit of it, because I was not so much a sugarholic as a chocoholic. Now, I love some chocolate, and I had not been able to find, even in the beginning when I made fat bombs and stuff at the beginning, I had never found any that satisfied that sweet craving. And I made this fudge, and now granted, I'm fat adapted and have been for 6 months at the point when I made this keto fudge, so it's probably not as sweet. Justin told me that, he said, it's all right, Mama, but it don't taste like fudge. Well, to me, it was the best thing I have ever eaten in my life. Was it from my Pinterest, Candace? The one with the, you melt a stick of butter, and you put in the sweetener and the cocoa powder in the pot and get it hot, and then you pour it over the cream cheese and mix it. You let the cream cheese get room temperature, and you pour that mixture over the cream cheese and just mix it up. And then I put parchment paper in the bottom of a glass dish and just poured it in the bottom of there and evened it out and stuck it in the freezer. Left it in the freezer for a couple hours, brought it out, cut it into little blocks, and I sprinkled it, y'all, with pink Himalayan salt. Oh my gosh. It was incredible. But you'll see in one of my videos on YouTube, I warn people, when you make sweet treats, especially if you have a sweet tooth and you are here towards the beginning, and most of y'all are, if you can not only do 1 or 2 fat bombs, stay away from them for just a little bit. Try doing savory fat bombs. Try doing, one of my favorites lately is my ranch dip. It's just a container of sour cream and those ranch seasonings that I put up on that picture of the spice blends. So for ranch, it's, I mean, this stuff is so super. There's taco seasoning on there, and there's curry and Italian spice and all of these. And this one doesn't have the ranch, does it? Oh, I need to find it so that I can post that one for you, because that's one of my favorites. I just have it all mixed up. I buy it all at one time at the Dollar Tree. I'm telling you, I'm going to do a video on Dollar Tree, because I buy a lot of my spices at Dollar Tree because they're only $1. And I mix a whole bottle at a time. Instead of doing 2 teaspoons, I do a whole bottle at a time, and then I have a whole big container of it. And so when I get the sour cream, hey Lisa, when I get the sour cream, I take that container and dump it in a bowl, and I put the ranch mixture in it. I think it's 2 tablespoons of the ranch mixture that you put in there and stir it up. I eat that with everything. That is my fat bomb in the evening lots of times. I have it on celery sticks. I have it on cucumber slices. I just stick it on a plate with my, I like spaghetti squash with just butter. And then I put some of that ranch dip on there. I love, 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 one of my new favorite things is celery sticks with that ranch in the middle of them. And I get my meat, I'll buy the big thing of meat from the deli, and I make sure that it's one of the high-fat, low-carb meats now. Make sure that it's something that's going to help you, not hinder. But roast beefs, corned beefs, they're all great. Some of the hams are, but you got to watch with the hams because they'll have sugar. But I take them and I get them sliced. I'll even take a rotisserie chicken, bring it home, debone that bad boy, and slice it. and wrap it around some celery sticks. Y'all, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's in those pictures that I posted. Most of, if I end up with deli meat, sliced deli meat, it's most likely boar's head from Ingles. So, those pictures that I posted this week. Now, y'all start posting some pictures of y'all's recipes and y'all's dinners so that we all know what you're eating. So that everybody can enjoy with you. And share some of those goodie recipes that y'all are finding. I'll move them over into the pictures and everything, because now that we're getting a lot of members in here, I don't want them to have to scroll through the whole history of the page to be able to find some of that good stuff that we've all been looking at. Good. Thank you, Candace. Now that you can eat. Girl, I worried about you last week. The other thing I'm going to talk about right before we're at 45 minutes now, and honestly, I've only got one more thing to really talk about tonight, unless people have questions, and that's going to be what can kick you out of keto. We talked about too much protein earlier. Too much protein can kick you out. Another big one. Now, I advocate constantly for leafy greens, dark leafy greens. Now, I'm not talking about iceberg lettuce, y'all. Dark leafy greens. I'm talking about kale and bok choy's a good one. That's a good one. Spinach, the chard. All of those are dark leafy greens. Mix those together like a spring mix. Baby spinach. Oh my gosh, Lisa, baby spinach is so good on everything. You can eat it raw in salads. You can wilt it down in your ground beef or chicken. I'll tell you what baby spinach is delicious with is if you go on my Pinterest and find the, what's it called? Buffalo chicken dip. There's a buffalo chicken dip on there. And you make that buffalo chicken dip and you take baby spinach and you just eat that buffalo chicken dip over baby spinach and radicchio. It's like a salad. Oh my heavens. The flavored syrup that I use is the Torani's sugar-free syrup. I thought I did have one of them sitting in here, but it's not in here anymore. But it is in the coffee aisle over next to the specialty coffees. There's, it's like the third, this is in Walmart. It's like the third shelf down, and there's only like 3 flavors of the sugar-free. But it's right there next to, you know where the pods are for the coffee makers, the little pods for the Keurigs. It's right under the Great Value ones right there. And right now they have hazelnut, vanilla, and French vanilla, I think is the 3 that they have right now. Ingles also has Torani's sugar-free. They have a bigger one, and it's on the top shelf, about 3/4 of the way down on the coffee aisle. Now, the spaghetti sauce. Oh, honey. Dollar Tree. That's where I get it, is the Dollar Tree. It's called Francesco Rinaldi's pizza sauce is what it's called. But it can be used on every kind of pasta. I put it on my spaghetti squash. I use it when I dip my bread cheese. I put it in with just ground beef when I feel like that. I make cheesy meatballs. I make some cheese stuffed meatballs. Y'all, they are absolutely delicious. God. And no, Lisa, sugar-free things aren't generally okay. You have to look at it and see what type of sweetener they use in replacement. The reason that the Torani's are okay is because they use stevia. A lot of them use aspartame, which is a big no-no. Aspartame and Ace K is what a lot of them use. And a lot of them include starches. And I don't understand that, but they do. So it's all about looking at those. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I will make sure today and tomorrow to get a video put up on my YouTube in relation to sugar-free things, what we can have and what we can't have. Have you been able to go over to the YouTube? Because y'all, I've had like 45 views of my welcome video, which I know is on the group page, but I don't have nobody subscribing. Y'all have got to subscribe to the channel. When you watch that video, you got to hit that little subscribe button, and that way you can access the entire channel. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Candace. That's sweet. Go on that YouTube, because now I do have a lot of videos over there that cover a lot of this stuff, and that's where I'm going to be posting the short videos. Now, I will link those and tag them over here in the group so that y'all can watch it. You can access the bell. I will go in there and look at that. If you go on YouTube, my tags are Keto Nurse, Keto, and Ketogenic Diet, and the name of my YouTube channel is Sassy Keto Nurse. Surprise! I guess that's not a big surprise for everybody, but it's Sassy Keto Nurse, and the banner across the top is a picture of my. I'm just going to pop y'all off here and show you. It's a picture of my. That is my channel. It's a picture of my breakfast muffin and all its yummy goodness, because that is the one recipe I am most proud of. I made that one up myself, and I'm just telling y'all that is the I'm not sure why it didn't show the bell. I will do that tonight, though. When I sit down after a while, I've got some more videos to pop on there. And it takes a lot longer than I thought, y'all, to edit those videos and get them loaded up and put a little something to them that makes them a little less boring. Because all you're doing is watching me talk. So I try to, in some of them, I've added pictures and that kind of thing, and I want y'all's input. For the most part, everybody that's on this group, now I do have a lot of new members, and I wanted to say that to everybody here at the end too, because we've had some more people pop on. Thank y'all so much for adding your friends to my channel. This is Laverne. Thank y'all so much for adding your friends and family to this group. Y'all, this group is about support and encouragement, and if you know somebody that you think could benefit from the information that we share in Sassy Keto Nurse and Friends, please add them to the group. I am not going to close this group out so that nobody can be added unless I say so. I'm just not going to do that. I want y'all to be able to put whoever you think needs this information. If they decide that they don't want to be in the group, well, then they can remove themselves from the group. It's no big deal. Thank you, Candace. This has kind of become a calling for me. It has really meant a lot to me, and it's helping me on my keto journey. It's helping me to stay accountable to myself. Hey, Heather. It is so good to see you up here today. Heather is a friend who came over from one of the sister groups that I had you guys come into, and she and I have met, and she joined our group, and I'm so excited to have her here. Heather, I hope that you were able to access the YouTube channel today, or if not, I want everybody to go to the YouTube channel. You should be able to use that access that I put on the page, on the group, next to the coffee creamer stuff at Walmart. Yes, that's where you'll find the Torani sugar-free. If y'all don't care, I'll run in there and grab it so y'all can see what it looks like. It'll take me 2 seconds. All right, I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Now, I have 2 right now. I have one. This is the one. I got this one at Ingles. So this is the vanilla. And I do like this size just because it has the nifty little top. The little tiny ones. Hi, Shanda. The little tiny ones at Walmart, they're very small, But they last a while, y'all. They're just screw-off lids. This is nice because it's just super convenient. And then this bad boy, I ordered him off of Amazon. Pumpkin pie. Y'all, this right here is heaven in a cup when you put it in your BPC. You can also put this, if you want to make whipped cream, just take heavy whipping cream, and I do love my Pop-Tops. I do. They're convenient and easy. But this one actually has a pump. It's sitting around here somewhere because I never have put it on it. But I don't like the pumps because I feel like stuff gets in the end of them. I'm kind of a germaphobe like that. When it comes to food items, I don't want something that gooks up at the end. Or I think that's why I like Pop-Tops, because nothing can get in there to that. You know? There it is, but when it's closed, nothing can get in there to it. And I have cats. And this stuff's sweet. My cats would find it. So, anyways, back to heavy whipping cream. We're about to end this up tonight, but heavy whipping cream, y'all, you can make whipped cream. You just put heavy whipping cream. I do half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Now remember your macros, because heavy whipping cream has carbs. But I put half a cup in a bowl, and I use my immersion blender with the whisk end on it, not the other end. I use the whisk end, and just stick it down in that heavy whipping cream and just whisk away, whisk away, whisk away. Or if you have a food processor, you can do it in that. I find that the whisk makes lighter whipped cream, but you whip that up. You can put a little sweetener in there if you want to. For me, tablespoon of the pumpkin pie. Y'all, it's like eating pumpkin pie. It is delicious. So that's just my 2 cents for the week. If y'all have any more questions, if y'all think of anything, if y'all jump over there and you watch my YouTube channel, you should, that's what I was trying to say, you should be able to access it on the group page through that video. And when you pop on that video, if you go to that link, well, now I can't find it. Was it that far down? Oh, it's because I did all them pictures and stuff, ain't it? Goodness gracious, y'all. I can't find it. Anyways, if you hit that link to the YouTube welcome video, then you should be able to there it is. When you hit it on that welcome and introduction, I don't want her to start talking. Hey y'all, it's your Sassy Keto Nurse here. But when you go over there, you should be able to then just click on the name, Sassy Keto Nurse, and that will bring up the whole channel. Okay, that'll bring up all my videos. I'm not sure. Candace let me know that there was no notification bell next to my subscribe. So I need to go in there and find out why that's not doing that. And those of you that are watching my videos, make sure you subscribe. Because when you subscribe and share on your page or your social media or on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever y'all are doing, then it gets that out there. And it gets that information out there, and we'll get more people in, and we'll get this information out to more people that need it. And that's why I started all of this. I started this because I want to help people. I want to help people get healthy again. That's my heart's goal, and it's worked for me so far. I've lost over 60 pounds as of this week. I am happier, healthier, and a lot littler than I've been in a very long time. And I feel great, and I want that for everybody else out there. So many people suffer through life just thinking that they can't lose weight, and that was me for a very long time. And the truth is, you can. You can lose the weight. You can get healthy. You can feel good about yourself again. So until next week, when we hit the live again, I'm available through YouTube. Comment on the videos. I'm available on the group page, Sassy Keto Nurse and Friends. Leave a post, send a message. Hey Cindy, I'm signing off, sweetie, but you can go back and watch the whole video once I post it to the page. And, you know, I'm available there. Leave a post, send me a message, or send me an email. My email is available on the page. It's ketonurse86400@yahoo.com. Any of those ways that you want to reach me, you go ahead and you just drop me a note or reach out to your other friends here in the group. Y'all start reaching out to each other. Start being each other's support. Help me out. That's what we're all here for, is to help each other out. So, for tonight, guys, this is Sassy Keto Nurse signing off.